jerky. I have it in sport. I'm like, man, it's feeling like it's rocking. Anyway, so we have two houses. We have one that we're closing today, single story, 3-car garage. We're meeting there at 9 a.m. Then coincidentally, I get a text this morning from a friend that's like, hey dude, I got a house I just bought on the lake. I don't really want to renovate it. I'm over it. I'll take a loss on it to sell it to you. I say, okay, great. And it'll be an off-market property, but these are those unique unicorns is like what I would call them, because they only have like, I couldn't quote exactly, but my guess would be there's only 100 of these homes that sit on the water. So when one pops up, then I have to jump on it. So I'm rushing over there to go look at that.
See, this feels like $1.5 million here. And so rare. Like you just can't, these just don't come up. So we need all new pool equipment. AC units, are they roof or ground mount here? Those are fine. The sad thing is it's perfect. Like it's actually like in killer shape. Look at how like flawless that is. Like it was installed and never touched. There's a lot, dude. This is, I mean, you almost have to just rip everything out and then come in and decide. Cool ceiling lines. See, this you could do something with. I mean, if you just mopping, de-skin, reskin, you could just pull this floating tub in front of that, make the shower a little bit bigger, leave this. But we know it's money. I'm happy to be transparent with you guys. To get the kind of money that you need to get on something like this, they're so incredibly picky, and understandably that at $1.5 million, this is like buying a $12 million home in the Ridges. You know what I'm saying? Like Desert Shores at $1.5 million is top price. So you're really, and the only way to get that kind of money is that you have the view, and then this thing just has to be outrageous. So we all know the problem isn't what we just saw. The problem is all here. Just how do you fix it? You could hallway right here. Imagine this all open. Like literally cut this, get rid of the bar, get rid of this, level all this out ceiling wise. And you walk in and you look to your left and you've got kitchen, and this is all living room. Like even this is deleted backwards. Okay. All right, now let me go see if I can actually make it work. Good seeing you. Give me a hug.
Get the magic out.
I'll see you again, okay?
All right, thanks.
Always put it back how you found it. We'll talk by around noon or 1-ish. Okay. Thank you. Tell me a number very quick. Everything in there. What do you think? Spitball. Add 20 on top of whatever your gut's telling you.
99.
So 120. You're the man. I love me some Bravo.
So right now, the market's, kind of putzing along. I don't like to say it's slow, but it's putzing along. And so it's incentivizing sellers to give away a lot to get a deal done. Not just what I would do, but what I'm actually doing, and Nick's actually doing the loan. I'm writing a check for 15 grand towards a buyer's closing costs on a $326,000 house just to get it closed. So there's some perspective. So if you guys are at like 500, 550, 575, 580, whatever our numbers are, we can hope and expect to get some kind of large closing cost credit that you can use, either buy down your rate, you can use to pay your closing costs, which reduces the amount of money you have to come out of pocket with to close the transaction. And the other thing that you're going to have in your corner with Matt and I is that we're not going to take you over to the Toll Brother community and sell you the house that sits on the hard corner of like Warm Springs and Durango with a stoplight in your backyard. Like every time I drive by those homes, I think to myself, a realtor put that buyer in that home. Like, how's that guy sleep with himself? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody sold that guy that house and they have a stoplight. Like every morning it's like yellow, red, green, red, yellow, green. Like go drive, literally go next. Now that I've said it, you guys will see it. Like I can't do that. Now, my logic is always this, and I'm going to just tell you this. This is my little elevator pitch, is I'm happy to sell you a home at full market price, maybe even over market value, if it absolutely has every single thing you've ever desired in your entire life. Because the opportunity becomes not buying it right, but the fact that you were able to identify a piece of real estate that has everything you want. That's the opportunity. So I would say, yes, guys, you should do it. You don't have to lift a finger. You can finance everything. This has it all. Take it. Now, if we can't find that, then our goal is to just rip something. It's either you get it all and you pay for it, or you absolutely rip it. And you don't have a better team to pull that off.
So I appreciate you guys and your time. So group chat initiated, and we'll get things going.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
All right.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Yep, back at you. In my early career, I was so heavily known as the house flipper that like nobody thought I could do anything else. And it's like the consumer should understand that by me having flipped 1,200 homes, it means I've bought 1,200 homes, renovated 1,200 homes, and sold 1,200 homes. And then if you factor in the experience that I have from being a broker to 185 agents, there's not a realtor out there. Well, there is probably, but very rare. I'm a rare breed. You know what I'm saying? Like, who has this level of experience? There's not a lot of us. And so I want to build my realtor business and help people intelligently buy and sell real estate, not just force a piece of real estate down somebody's throat so I can get a commission. Yeah, when you see those moments, I want you to capture them, because that is really the direction I want to go. My flipping business is on lock. I got that shit handled. It's more for me about, I want to build my retail business, which is the realtor side of it all. So we literally we went off market, full blown retail. Now we're going to the flipping business. So we've touched 3 businesses in 2 hours. Because I'm going to a house that we're closing today that I want to make sure to give my input on as far as design goes, because I think it's a very unique, special product. It certainly doesn't sit on the lake like that other house, but it's a single story, 3-car garage, cul-de-sac, multiple bedrooms. You don't, whatever effort I'm putting into the world right now, I won't see $1 of for 110 days. Like, literally, my pay period is every 110 days. Put it that way. Look at it that way. And then a big house like that one that we just left, that could be 6 months. So it's imperative that I'm always keeping my pipeline full, so that, like, I am earning money right now, but the money I'm earning today was because of the effort I put out 120 days ago. So cul-de-sac, that's location. Location's good.
The cul-de-sac is good.
Yeah, and you know why? Great question. If you don't know why, is you got to think about every house. So we'll just play this game. If you live here, there, or there, that guy has to hear that guy's car drive by, that guy's car drive by, that guy's car drive by, this guy's car drive by, and that guy's car drive by. Now imagine if you live at the front of the neighborhood. Every single house on the way into the neighborhood those homeowners drive by that guy's house. Okay? This house is the second house in the cul-de-sac. The only car that drives by this guy's house is that guy. So he has less drive-by traffic. Why is that valuable? 1, if you don't like noise, if you don't like traffic, but 2, it's great for families. Like, if I lived in this cul-de-sac, my kids would play right here all day with no fear. This guy would know that we have kids, so he'd be conscious when pulling in or out. Same with these 2 folks. And I don't have to worry about the Amazon driver going, FedEx, all that. So cul-de-sacs are valuable. The thing is, if you spend $1 on trying to hide that, you've wasted money trying to hide it, because it's never going to go away. If you paint it, it still looks like shit. If you put a bush in front of it, it still looks like shit. I don't know what the stucco game is like anymore, but I stuccoed a half-acre lot for $4,000. I stuccoed my entire backyard with 2 walls for $2,800. My guess is that he'd stucco this for $2,000, maybe $2,500, maybe even $3,000. But you're going to spend $1,000 in landscaping, and if you paint it, that's at least $1,500 to paint. So you're really only spending $1,500 more dollars. But if you stucco this, then you got to paint it. I'd get a quote to stucco it. Here's the problem. This house is sick. There's no accents. I'm stuck right here. I don't care about all this because this is easy. This is your problem. And it's not a bad problem, thankfully, but it's a problem. It's the problem of the home, is that the yard is enclosed, closed in. It's tiny. It's tight. So the real hurdle, the real obstacle to overcome. Thank you, Bravo, very much. Thank you, Chad. Anybody else want to help me? Is this. We have to fix the yard. See, like, that's sick.
It's a win with the covered patio. You got the,
Yeah,
the waterproof
yeah.
in here, then the shade.
There's a lot of
I
value.
like the planter. I mean, there's plants you can see up there.
It sucks because of that grass. But this, I think, should go. Well, and it goes like this. So you know you're going to get, you're going to delete this either way. Yeah, they're going to call it out in the inspection report. You're either going to kill the deal or you're going to pay to have it removed. So you might as well get ahead of it. And then it's less concrete. I mean, yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. You see, Chad, like, yeah, put some plants up here. How does it overcome this? Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, this is all fucked up.
And then do this little grass here, because you don't want to do chunky rock there.
No.
You can't walk back into this space.
The problem is what I would suggest to do here is that if you're going to grass this, you take all of this grass and move it to the front, unless Mauricio can match this. If he can match this, then you would just carry it over. My guess is you won't be able to match it, but you don't want to you want to reuse it. So I'd lift all this up and build something beautiful in the front. So now you got the front for free. And then you grass this and that.
With the same,
All the same.
Yeah, 'cause that needs to be redone anyways. It's a little loose.
Yeah.
You know? And then I don't really.
And I'd probably even take out that tree. I don't think that tree's...
Or if you keep the tree, maybe lose the curve and work around it.
I don't know how that tree's really helping yet. I would delete all that and go grass all the way down. Now you have a yard. Like, literally, you could put a little kid, little playground. You could play horseshoes here, bocce ball. Like, you have a yard right now. But this is your problem. So this is the problem. House flipping is not, oh, let's just go pick out tile and make sure the tile and the countertops match. The game is elevated so high that the competition's so fierce. The people that are doing it that are fucking good are so good that if your product doesn't match, you're obsolete. Anybody can design a home with an unlimited budget. The skill in house flipping is the ability to use your creativity and say, you have to analyze everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just when we just left that house. So the buffet, call that $1,000. Moving the window instead of deleting it, $300. Now we get to save the flooring in the primary bathroom. Before they wanted to delete that. Okay, say that's $700. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're at $2,000, let's just call it. $2,000 allows you to stucco that back wall. And nobody's gonna appreciate saving the window. Nobody's gonna give a fuck if that tile in the bathroom is LVP versus hexagon versus the 24 by 12 Calcutta looking stuff. You know, you just have to constantly go through and go, okay, $200, $300, $300, $400, $300. That's just years of experience. And I was in there, I'm trying to incorporate and allow, not be a micromanager, a control freak, because they have their own design ideas. So I'm only speaking up where I think that there could be friction or a flaw mid-construction. So you only saw 20% of what I could do in that space. Now that, I'll be transparent and sincere. That is fun. I enjoy that. If I could do that every single day, I'd probably have a level higher of happiness. But I can't. And so then I have to trust that they can do it, and they have to understand that they're operating in an extremely competitive market. And if you're not the best, then there's an argument you're the worst. But you got to be able to identify those things. You see how the first thing I saw was that yard's fucked up. That yard's shit. You can make this house fucking massage you if you lean on the wall, and nobody would buy it because of the yard. So you have to make that yard the best version of itself. That everybody's entitled. Like when I build my flips, I'll tell you what my passion is. I'm a house flipper at trade. All of this is an extension of my house flipping business. I felt it was imperative that every single person, no matter what price point, $130,000 condo to a $2 million Red Rock home, deserved a pantry and either a peninsula or an island so that they could entertain. I thought that was standard. I felt that it was a disservice that people would have to store their cereal boxes on top of their fridge or their canned foods on top of their fridge, because the person that's buying the $200,000 property worked just as hard, maybe wasn't in a position to make the same amount of money, but the work effort was there to save for the down payment and be able to buy that home. So to me, in my core, my moral compass is that everybody is entitled to an exceptional experience, no matter how much they're spending, because it's really the same exact effort, dynamics, life experience. Like they're excited to buy. The person buying a $200,000 house is just as excited as the guy buying a $4 million house. They're all experiencing the same thing. It's just different prices. Yeah. And so I think that the service. So yeah, I do want you to come in here, and whether you're buying a $140,000 house, it should be presented the menu and asked if you want a Perrier, a coffee, whatever it is, or if you're buying a $4 million house. I think you should be experiencing this beautiful environment that I've created, no matter what price point that you're buying. So that really is my core. And then add to that, I'm a disruptor. There's fuck average, be legendary right on the wall. If that offends you, then you're not my client, and that's fine. If that doesn't offend you, then that excites you, and now you've bought into the culture. That's why it's so prominently displayed. Yeah. The tree. What other real estate company has a 32-foot tree? Tomorrow that tree's going to have 1,000 ornaments on it. It's going to be the biggest Christmas tree west of the 15 as of tomorrow. It's this, like slacks, and I mean, look at these shoes. There's nothing about me that represents the good old-fashioned tuxedo realtor, but my experience and ability to do this job, I hate to call it a job, to provide this service is unmatched. I would go up against anybody in the city, anybody.